Hey friends, let's do another Adventures in Tone here. I want to walk you through my setup for a virtual pedal board for guitar. Back in the day, I started playing guitar and I was in an apartment, so I couldn't play super loud. So I wound up with a Sans amp from Tech 21 from back in the day and a pair of headphones because I didn't want to annoy my neighbors and my neighbors didn't want me annoying them. And so I kind of got used to the idea of portable electronics, effects boxes, stuff like that would play through headphones, and virtual pedal board. Got myself an FCB 1010 from Behringer. It is a pain in the ass to program, so I wrote an app for that. So FCBFF, your best friend forever for your foot controller. And what I want to do is show you a cool little app from DB Audioware called 20th Anniversary. Let me bring this up to full screen. And it is a classic pedal simulation. Got a couple of amp cabinet simulators and tone stacks, but it sounds pretty good to my ears. And you can do normal sorts of things that we would expect with the pedal board. You can control each one of the little stomp boxes individually. I'm stomping on the FCB 1010. Turn on and off compression. Mess with the drive. There's a little bit of distortion happening there. Everybody's friend the phaser. And all these, I've got the FCB 1010 set up and programmed, so it's sending MIDI from little foot controller, so I'm tapping on the thing with my foot, and it's going through MIDI, through the wires, into this app here, 20th Anniversary, and I've got it all hosted in AUM. And let me turn off the phaser. Got the delay. And chorusing. The simulator, this DB Audioware 20th Anniversary, it's got a whole bunch of MIDI channels or MIDI CC values that it's watching for, and you send a MIDI note or a MIDI control on it, and it'll toggle on an effect. And I can actually mess with some of the parameters on the actual pedals. So let me turn on chorus. And you can see the depth of the chorus. I'm now using the ooh. And let me go back to the phaser. And I can control the depth on the phaser. Doing it all with the foot controller. Pretty convenient and dirt freaking cheap. And you can do all sorts of fun stuff with the FCB and a virtual pedal board. New gadget I got recently, and again, virtual pedal, dirt freaking cheap. Let me pull this guy up. Little app here called Valkyrie from Yonac. Like it very much. Right now I've got it out of the signal chain, so you're just hearing the regular guitar. Let me switch back to Alright, let me show you what Valkyrie does. And I'm using the AUM MIDI controlling to move the Valkyrie app, which is this little red guy up here, Yonac, in and out of the signal chain. All right, in the signal chain. Everybody ready? So Valkyrie is not doing any MIDI sort of synthesis. It's taking the signal of the frequencies off the guitar and spicing it up to turn it into a little bit of an organ. There's all sorts of patches you can mess with. And so you quickly throw it in. And take it out. And it does respond differently based on what signal's coming in. So my signal chain is the guitar into DB Audioware, which has all the sort of stock effects, plus the amp simulator. Then it goes through there into Valkyrie or not. And you'll see down below I've got a wah pedal. So you can mess with all of this in one go. Let me pull up the wah pedal so it's a little bit more closer to the feet. There we go. All right. All this stuff is pretty dirt cheap. If you got an iPad, or most of us run on an iPhone too. I'm running through a Focusrite Scarlet audio interface. Pretty inexpensive. So stock guitar into the interface, into the iPad, and then just recording. And you've got DB Audioware's app, this guy. It's got your tremolo, phaser, drive, chorus, amp simulators, and you know, everybody's got their favorite sorts of tones. I happen to like this darn thing. It's like 15 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. Not too bad. Display here is my MIDIMorphosis, so it's got a fast Fourier transform, so you can see the frequencies and the notes that you're playing, all the harmonics. Also does MIDI translation if you want that. And actually, let's go to that. This is my MIDIMorphosis, setting off a MIDI note to Poison. Again, all part of this virtual pedal board sort of makeup. And it's running into baby synth. You can use it in combination, so I've got the audio coming from the synthesizer, and it will actually go into Valkyrie if I want to, so I'll turn that on. I'll change the synth. Let's do that. I'll turn off Valkyrie. All this stuff is super cheap. Valkyrie is like 15 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. So you can put all together the whole 9 yards for a virtual pedal board for the fraction of what you'd pay for like 1 or 2 pedals. The FCB1010, it's got 10 physical pedals that you can stomp on, plus 2 controllers, 2 variable controllers. Generates MIDI. It sucks to program, which is why I wrote FCBFF. And then MIDI, audio processing, all kinds of good stuff. Good, clean fun. Anyway, that's enough adventures for tone on this guy, but we'll do some more, have some more fun later.